Beauty is a core element of human experience, associated with pleasure and influencing personal choices and cultural developments. Poets extol it, artists strive to capture it, moralists caution against its deceptive allure. Scientists seek to uncover its secrets, and philosophers reflect on its elusive nature. Every culture emphasizes the importance of beauty in daily life. The universal desire for beauty and beautiful objects manifests differently across cultures and ages. Conversely, ugliness, often seen as beauty's antithesis, is equally significant in shaping perceptions and cultures. Ugliness can evoke discomfort or revulsion, and understanding it is essential to grasping the full concept of beauty. Classical Western philosophy considered beauty as one of the three essential concepts of human understanding: truth and falsehood, good and evil, and beauty and ugliness. By the 17th century, beauty was a marginal concept, and by the 20th century, it was often considered dispensable. Although typically associated with the visual field, beauty extends beyond it. The Hebrew Bible attributes beauty to human appearance, natural scenery, voice, wisdom, and God. Ancient Greeks linked beauty to morally good, appropriate, and pleasing things. In China, beauty encompasses wealth, longevity, talent, good reputation, and behavior, while ugliness often connoted the opposite. Theories of beauty and ugliness focus on defining these concepts and determining their function and significance. In the Greater Hippias, Plato's Socrates argues that knowing beauty is essential for distinguishing between beautiful and ugly objects. Conversely, in the Symposium, Diotima suggests that knowledge of beauty begins with direct experiences and culminates in understanding the abstract form of beauty. Similarly, understanding ugliness requires direct experience and contemplation. Socrates views direct experience as unreliable due to the coexistence of contradictory qualities in objects. He dismisses physical beauty as untrustworthy, suggesting that true beauty is beyond earthly experience. Socrates also contends that beauty should not be defined by functionality or delight, as these attributes overlap with goodness. He concludes that defining beauty is challenging. Ugliness, on the other hand, often reveals flaws and imperfections, making it a vital counterpart in exploring aesthetics. Voltaire, in his Philosophical Dictionary, 1764, argues that beauty's relativistic nature makes it impossible to define. He suggests that different creatures perceive beauty differently, highlighting its lack of a common core. This relativism applies to ugliness as well. What one culture deems ugly, another may not. Despite this, attempts to define beauty and ugliness persist. These attempts can be categorized into theories that see beauty as a form of order and those that view it as a kind of pleasure. The objective approach claims that beauty resides in the object itself, while the subjective approach considers beauty a mental creation. Relativism links beauty to cultural values, and the relational approach sees beauty as a product of both the object and the observer. Ugliness follows a similar pattern, with objective ugliness seen as inherent in the object and subjective ugliness as a perception of the mind. The Pythagoreans believed beauty was a manifestation of harmonious mathematical relations, such as the golden section. Ugliness, in contrast, was seen as disorder and irrationality. Ancient Egyptians likely used the golden section in designing the pyramids, with Pythagoras later formulating its mathematical expression. Following this notion, many philosophers, including Plato, Aristotle, St. Augustine, St. Thomas Aquinas, Leibniz, and William Hogarth, associated beauty with order, symmetry, and proportion, and ugliness with their absence. Plotinus, in Aeneid, argues against the idea that beauty consists of order and proportion. He asserts that beauty can be found in simple elements, and that unity, not complexity, is essential to beauty. Ugliness, in his view, is more about the absence of this divine unity and harmony. Despite Plotinus's critique, the Pythagorean idea of beauty as order remained influential in Western philosophy. This association appealed to the rational mind and experience, suggesting that beauty lies in complexity, unified by order, and ugliness in the breakdown of this order. The connection between beauty and feeling led to the notion that beauty is an emotion evoked by the object, rather than a quality of the object itself. St. Augustine considered beauty the cause of pleasure, while Thomas Aquinas saw beauty and pleasure as inseparable. Ugliness, conversely, often evokes negative emotions such as displeasure, discomfort, or even fear. Descartes viewed beauty as subjective, dependent on individual conditions, and Spinoza dismissed beauty as mere sensual content. However, empiricists like Francis Hutcheson and Joseph Addison found the subjective aspect of beauty informative, linking it to human nature and taste. This subjective nature applies to ugliness as well, with individual and cultural differences shaping what is perceived as ugly. Kant argued that beauty has no function beyond generating pleasure. This view did not satisfy natural scientists like Charles Darwin, who proposed that beauty in nature results from sexual selection. Darwin believed that the decorative traits in animals are beneficial, enhancing their chances of reproduction. Similarly, ugliness might serve as a deterrent in mate selection, guiding evolutionary outcomes. Traditionally, art was seen as a source of beauty, with some arguing that natural beauty is subordinate to artistic beauty. Plato distinguished real beauty, which reflects truth, from art, which he considered an imitation of nature. Aristotle, however, believed that good art is inherently beautiful. Beauty and ugliness are complex, multifaceted concepts deeply embedded in human experience. Their definitions and interpretations vary widely, reflecting cultural, philosophical, and individual differences. The ongoing exploration of beauty and ugliness continues to reveal their importance and influence across all aspects of life. Despite its previous neglect, the discourse on beauty and ugliness remains central in modern discussions, reaffirming their enduring significance in human experience. Understanding both concepts is essential for a comprehensive appreciation of aesthetics and the human condition.